Good afternoon, everybody. Happy last session, and thank you so much for having me. I wrote the spoken word poem about the 5th anniversary of Hurricane Harvey, thinking about my home city of Houston and about community action. It's titled Through the Eye. I was 12 years old. My friend joked, I can't ever see rain the same again. Only the storm. The roofs of submerged houses like lily pads, the news going 24/7. Born in the year of Katrina. Graduating high school through a pandemic, my generation will get diplomas in disaster, degrees in damage. What kind of city are we inheriting? Each once-in-a-lifetime flood is a watershed moment, but we've had so many they've watered down this community. 5 years later, are we still Houston strong? Do we still have that outpouring of love to fight the downpour? We're swamped with work to fix this swamp, where flood mitigation benefits the people who need it the least, who would prefer high ground over taking the high road. We don't see rain the same. Some see a deluge. Others see delusion. Leveling and raising homes won't raise up our communities of color if we don't get a say in how we rebuild. To get to where Houston can be headed, we need roofs over everybody's heads. This is a city of innovators. The iconic graffiti in downtown comes to mind. Be someone. This is a city full of someones. It must be something in the water, but we don't see the same. Let's try looking through the eye of a hurricane. So many volunteers show up, some have to be turned away. Strangers muck out each other's houses. Neighbors rescue neighbors in their kayaks, boats, and canoes, a different flood and different Noah's Ark, while Arkema explodes and families evacuate and floodways fill. Our dams couldn't hold Harvey, but we have so much capacity in this city to say in all our languages, Wa'aini, te amo, I love you. I was 12 years old. I'd never seen love of that magnitude. Yes, deeper injustices surfaced from the floodwaters. Its murk made inequity clear. But when we see rain, we remember what kind of city we're inheriting. A city that floods, a city that loves, a city that survives. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ariana. I was literally overcome by the emotion because I feel that all of us are feeling that right now. I want to, thank you for bringing your Astai, put in the chat, the power of the young voice. And thank you for really, the 3 poems that you shared remind us of why we're here and the humanity that we all shared. And my God, Isis, come with me because I'm kind of losing it here. I just, want to thank everybody for being here with us at the end of We Give Summit. What an amazing 3 days, and what also, 3 days of many mixed emotions in a moment where, there's so many things going on in the world and so many pain and sorrow. It is a privilege to be surrounded by a community like the one that's right now with us. Isis, you go, please.
I'll take it away, Sana. Yes, today's final session. We can't believe we're already at day 3, end of day 3 of We Give Summit, our 4th We Give Summit. We're so grateful for all of you being here and closing out this session. When I go to conferences, it's always such a whirlwind. And what we want to do with this session is reground you in all of the incredible ideas and ways that all of us can activate together from here. So what we're going to do is actually walk you through the whole summit and some of the highlights from what our time was together, some of the key quotes and learnings and ideas that came out. I want you to sit maybe with a piece of paper and reground yourself in everything that you took in over the 3 days, whether you were able to come to 1 session or 10 sessions or all of the sessions. Shout out to all of the people who came literally back to back with a pee and coffee break in between. You are our true heroes. So thank you all for that. And we first of all want to thank the Philanthropy Together team, first and foremost, Melissa Vargas, especially, who really is behind the scenes making everything from We Give Summit happen. So thank you to Melissa, to Kelsey, to Ilyasa, to Taisha, to Maya, Sada, just all of the
Ileana.
It's been a ride, and we're so grateful for all of you here today.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, people, I'm back. Thank you, everybody. And yes, our incredible team that has been working on this for 6 months or more, even more. Like we always, finish We Give Summit, and 3 days later, we're already planning the next one. And then, how we started this journey then the past few weeks. We had these amazing circle ups going on in many cities. We have one in the Bay Area, we have one in the DMV area, one in New York, and one in Berlin. Our first, international circle up where people got together, where people got energized to be part of We Give Summit. And then, of course, our amazing group of our steering committee. They have been working with all of us for the last 8 months, reading all the incredible ideas, submissions that all of you sent to us, helping us with their time, their talent, their testimony, like literally activating their 5 T's. So much love for our steering committee. Thank you so much. And then, love to see these pictures here. People, sharing the moment they got their swag. I hope you all use your conversation cards. If you want some, just let us know. We'll send you one. And thank you so much for showing so much love for all of us here. And Isis, take it away.
Yeah, so we're going to go really quickly through all of our sessions, a little trip down memory lane just from the last 3 days. And so we're going to start with some of our keynotes.
Yes, I mean, first session, Isis and Baratunde really, my God, they brought it home. What an incredible way to get us started, right? With what is the word that we all need to remember? And there are things that die, there are things that are born. Bring the funeral and the baby shower.
Love that. And then this morning you were with Dan Pelota, which was also so incredible. I think I really took away his call to think big and bold. He talked a lot about scale, and there were some comments in the chat about the benefits of scale, or, small is beautiful. So lots to unpack there, but I hope everyone has a chance to watch Unshareable and really think about the big, bold visions that we all have for the world and how we can do that through our collective giving groups.
Well, Isis, this is, we have to do this together because it's about the research, the power of our movement. Again, $3.1 billion in the past 6 years. This is all of you guys, feel very proud about this movement, and kudos to Adriana, Gov, Jillian, and Dima for an amazing session.
It was incredible. And again, if you have not yet read the research, it's not too late. It's out there for everybody, collective.giving. So we encourage you to go take a peek. And now what we're going to do is go through all of the sessions. If you haven't noticed, everything was organized by the 5 T's of philanthropy: your talent, your treasure, your testimony, your ties. And so we're really excited to go through all of these today. And I think, Sada, you're kicking us off with talent.
Yeah, let's start with our talent. All of us have so many talents, and we kick it off with this incredible youth panel. And the power, as Ariana shares her voice, the power of bringing young people to the table. We have to hear their voices. They have, they know what is needed, and we need to keep them engaged, and they are incredible. So thank you for this amazing panel. And then Kelsey and Deepa, oh my God, I don't know about you, but I have been thinking the whole night. I thought about what are those roles, right, that each of us play, and the importance of being very mindful on taking care of ourselves, and also thinking how, our roles are fluid in the movements. The next session about talent is this incredible session that we had this morning. I am a horrible artist, as a lot of you could attest, but it was so powerful and so beautiful how Sherry and Jessica brought us, to a walk together, and to imagine the future of a better world for all.
Then we had our 3 sessions on ties. This is how you're really leaning into all of the relationships that you're holding. We started with Holly and Lataric in the Map Your Ties session. This was the one where we actually enabled you to go through and map out all of your ties and remember how powerful those connections are. If you haven't done that, I encourage you to do that activity afterwards. We had our session on the second day all around rebuilding social trust. I loved hearing about this follow-up book from Putnam and our speaker here, who were talking about that we've been here once before, right? And the way that we got through it was through the collective. And so I feel so strongly that the work that we're all doing here is going to be that next force for good to get us out of this situation right now. Then today we had unlock growth opportunities. So this is thinking about ties from that partnerships angle. How do we really unlock scaled growth? We heard from Mark and Sue and Ati about huge visions for moving hundreds of millions of dollars through partnerships with governments and businesses and the like. So hopefully you all were inspired by that. Next up after that was testimony. This is how we use our voice in the world. Ilyasa and Tracy shared with us that powerful story of when it's time to use your voice and when it's time to listen. And Tracy just shared that incredible case study, if you all remember, around when that can sometimes go wrong and how to rectify some of those harms and how to really tell authentic stories in a proper and well way. We had this session on inspiring culture change with all of our feminist funds. And Galina shared this amazing quote: "We are trying to stick to the common people, to the people who also benefit from the work of grassroots organizations that we support. We're trying to be as inclusive as possible, inviting people, whether they can give $5 or $5,000. And we're using this practice of feminist therapy, not just to collect money, to spark discussion about where we go next," which I love. And our final session just a few hours ago was with Ben and Meg talking about how and when to share your story with press. And so we hope you all think about doing that and engage with proximate press.
And then we talk about how we activate our time, so needed. And our first session was about how do we go beyond good intentions? How do we volunteer ethically? And all of the panelists brought it home, how it is important that we actually ask communities what they need without us being, paternalistic and patronizing. It was a really powerful session. And then AI, right? The whole, issue with AI and the importance of, yes, it's great to use it for, to save time in a lot of things. Like AI can really make our life easy in doing the small tasks, so we can all focus on the human side of the work and be very mindful of the biases and the bad information there. So very, very important session. And then just a few hours ago, my God, this session, people, if you miss it, you have to listen to them because it's crucial. As Isis shared yesterday, 4 billion people are eligible to vote this year. And what Brian and Kristen share is about everybody, every given circle, every collective giving group. We can help strengthen our democracy. It's not about one party or the other. It's about how we all work for democracy.
And then to close us out, our 5th T, activate your treasure. This is probably the one that you're most familiar with, and we hope we expanded your mind today. We started on Tuesday with the session around mutual aid. Peyton brought down the house with his explanation of mutual aid and the roots and the history there and what that means. he shared about the documentary that he's unveiling in the next little bit. And so we hope you all have a chance to look at that afterwards. We had the session on Give Outside the Box. We looked at models of how to give to 501c4s through CDFIs and to individuals through the Awesome Foundation model. So I left really inspired with some practical ideas for how to do that work in my own group. And then just now, literally 20 minutes ago, Taisha, our own Ty Wilson, brought down the house with the Fund the Grassroots session. I think many people commented that it was their favorite one of the whole summit. So thank you, Ty, for that. And all of the nuggets of pearls of wisdom around how to fund the grassroots and why that is so important. So those were our sessions. And the other way that we were activating our T's all as a community was through our pop-up giving circle. We did this 2 years ago when the situation in Ukraine happened and is still happening. And this year we're providing funding to support humanitarian aid in Gaza. And we hope that you all join into our Grapevine pop-up giving circle there. And I think somebody from our team will put that in the chat. And then the lightning talks. Sara, you want to talk about these?
Yes, if you have not had time to go and check out the lightning talks, they are so incredible. So these are talks that are between 10 to 20 minutes, and they are just powerful about burnout in fundraising, about the power of words. So many more. Just go and take a look. They will be there on demand. Thank you, Kelsey, for these beautiful songs that you put for all of us. And thank you, everyone, for showing up, for thinking, reflecting, and most importantly, taking action. We really appreciate you. And we'll see you soon on a Zoom, in person, on a chat group. We're so privileged to have you as our community. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.